And hello again, everybody. Welcome on back to another episode of Factorio. So I've got a couple of things to address. I've realized that one of the things I've been doing is actually pretty close to being right, but actually not set up properly. So first things first, the 4-lane splitters. I realized this after I was actually playing this with a friend of mine last night, and I double checked over the guide because, yeah, I've honestly asked the question myself. I'm like, why do they come in and then just go around? And then I realized it's because you're supposed to have one more balancer in the center. So hopefully what we're going to do is we're actually going to clear this out a little bit and illustrate a little bit more about how this actually is supposed to balance things. So we've got a couple of things on the list for today, but hopefully you will still enjoy. And so now that it's like this, I believe... Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and clear those, and then we'll come over here. Because I believe now it's like that. And then when we connect everything up, we should hopefully see an even distribution coming through here. Yeah, so 2, 2, 2, and 2. So it's very interesting that how much of a difference that makes, but so yeah, so each one needs 3. Oh, no, hold on. Still wrong. We need to connect this to the other side. So 1, 2, 3. There we go. And now these come around like that. There we go. And then it connects back up like that. And yeah, so let's clear you out and let's try to get another example of how this actually should balance things out. So to come through here and go through all the splitters and then, okay, there we go. So now you notice it's a bit more densely packed because both belts are actually going all the way through. And yeah, so, makes it pretty even and then it'll back up pretty quickly. And very satisfying to look at. So I need to do the same thing with this over here. Like I said, I don't know, I've been doing this for so wrong I've been doing this wrong for a long time now, which also makes me a little sad. But as always, like I've mentioned before, it's a learning experience, and it was like either I just saw it done wrong, or eventually once I got back into doing things, I just did it wrong myself, and bad habits reinforce bad habits. So I think we might need to move this all just back slightly more. This will go boom, boom, boom. And that's 1, 2, 3. And then there and there. That goes into the center. Hook you up. And there we go. Okay. So that's step 1 done. Because now we have all those balanced out. And so the next thing is, you can't see it, but I do have the Steam overlay up because I've been reading on designs for smelters. And so apparently, in order to fully saturate a belt, you need 24 on each side for like the furnaces. So as obviously we're not really using that much, however, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, So I've got 10 and I need another, 14 in order to make sure it's fully saturated at any given point. And so you've got that. Then one of the other things is, yeah, so we've got a bunch of changes that we're going to need to make and hopefully be able to get over, finish just in this episode alone. So one thing you'll notice right now, so it's like I do have it set up where I have this going down the main and then it's outputting to the outside and then going from there. Now, this isn't too big of an issue. However, one thing I notice is once I start expanding these even further, we run into the issue with not being able to keep up saturation on the main belt because it's being taken off too much, if that makes any sense. So what we want to do is, yeah, let's actually just go ahead and cut all that off, and we're going to switch things around. So first things first, what we're going to want is we'll close that off, get rid of you. And we'll destroy all of these. Oh, actually, I don't really need to destroy if I can. So we'll go do that. Come on over here, get rid of you. Because it actually should also save us from needing to fully rebalance everything. So obviously in anything that is going to be production-based, you want to make sure that you have symmetry. So that won't be too hard to achieve because that's how I've been building. So I think the first thing we're going to want to do is yeah, we'll go ahead and just split you here. You can come off this way. You can come off this way. And yeah, so we'll do that for right now. Oh, and I need to switch this direction. And then we can actually move this up a little bit. And do we have some more stone I can steal? Yeah, that's good. I'll go ahead and put some more coal in there so you can make more. 10, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives 14 more to place down. And then, so what we'll do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll match all of that up. And so this should hopefully give us one full belt. And we can reorganize this power line stuff in just a moment. And luckily, Factorio just has so many guides because it's been out for a little bit, and it's giving people time to figure out what they need to do. And so in situations like this, there are a lot of resources to draw from and learn from, and it's pretty nice. There you go. So now we've got you. We'll go ahead and just fill everything right on in. Oh no, hold on. I'm going to need to actually switch everything around because everything is going to be going in the opposite direction of what it's been doing. So and yeah, so this is the ever fun part of when you restructure your base and you have to move everything around. So obviously right now, we're not really producing anything, but not the end of the world. But yeah, it was like the Factorio community is honestly very nice. There's a lot of people that have done a lot of good work for it. A lot of content you've already watched, and obviously if you're watching this, either just now getting into it or seeing someone new who's pretty behind on the overall game, but is very much enjoying a lot of the fun stuff that is included in this game. And like I said, it's something I've put a lot of time into. I very much enjoy, and I'm glad to be able to share it with anyone who is willing to watch. Like I said, a lot of my goal is just trying to have a nice time, trying to be positive, and like a good influence in the community. And yeah, so we've got all of this hooked up, and then all we got to do now is just put you two together, and that way when we hook everything back up, all the power will be okay over there. And let's go ahead and push up this way. Grab myself a stack of those. There should be more than enough for right now. And I'm gonna need to figure out what I want to do for this one. And actually we can restructure these as well to cram even more into a small space. So we'll move everything over one so we can cover, oh well actually, no, actually yeah, that's how we want it. But yeah, so we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously we can take a little bit of advantage of having our infinite resources because we can, have things as long as they're overlapping just one, that'll be okay. And then what we do is go over this way, and we'll need to make some undergrounds. But what we can do is we can place you there, and then hopefully place, because I forget what it is, but you can actually, use the underground to, oh no, wait, hold on. I need to make sure that everything at least has one. So here, let's connect everything up in one line, and then so we'll go like like that. So we'll do that, and then we can place power pole here, and then we go like that, power pole here, like that, and we put another power pole here. And so now all of those are running, all those are putting out onto belts, and we're able to belt it on over to where we need to use it. And so I reckon that we can do now, let's see what happens when we hook one up. It was like, obviously it's going to want to run all of them at once. And so an interesting thing that's brought up, obviously, so splitters are going to split things 50-50. And yeah, and we're also going to want to probably... Oh, well, no, actually, you know what? If they're all running like this, we should be okay, because they'll all start drawing for a little bit. But yeah, so obviously we want to have dedicated lines where we can, because obviously it'll split everything 50-50, so we've got one that's producing our copper ore and our coal, and we're making sure that, you know, it's all going down through one line. And you need to be switched. There you go. So, you know, everything running at once, you know, stay fully saturated, but then if we split off here, what'll happen is it'll keep splitting things half and half. Yeah, all that stuff working. So it keeps splitting things half and half, and then, you know, we'll no longer be having, you know, full saturation here. It'll be half saturation, half saturation. Just because, you know, stuff's not going to be able to move fast enough. So this is probably the best that we can do for upgrading this system. This will make sure that the belt always stays fully saturated here. And we'll upgrade this one in just a moment. And then if we want to do another line, we're going to need to do a little bit more work, but I'll probably need to also upgrade the power if I can. But, you know, for right now, I think this is working well on keeping this fully saturated. And so let's go ahead and make another couple rows. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hopefully be okay for what we want to do. And now, I was like, the big issue that we run into here is that we're going to start drawing in stone from this one. So we have two options. We can either just, you know, not have it included, which probably will be the easier solution. Or I actually learned you can use filters on the splitters, and if we wanted, I could filter out the stone and redirect it somewhere else. But I think for right now, what I want to do is just deal with this for right now. So we'll need one there. And then we're going to want... because I'm not 100% sure about how we're going to want to make this work, because these are not in line now. Because if I put you there, you're going to start drawing in stone. So I guess I can just move all of this up on this side one then. Which I guess will be our best bet. Yeah, because you'll still get that, and there you go. And, you know, we can actually still fit this over here. So that's fine. And now we can just do same thing, and, you know, they work in groups of 2. Go over here, go over here, and go from there. So... boom, boom, boom. And then you can get covered like that. And now all we need to do is hook it up the coal. Now, luckily, because these use a lot less coal, I think I can be fine with just splitting off of. I don't think that's going to be really an issue at all. So we will come over here and split the coal. Yeah, so we'll bring this on over like that, and we'll make one more underground so it can come over here. And we'll just basically switch the sides for this. I'm gonna need this splitter to come this way. And now we're going to need to break apart this other side. And yeah, we still got plenty of space. Got a bunch of copper plates just in my inventory because I've been, just picking it up, but that's fine. And so what we'll do is we'll split the coal over here. And when we just bring it on up, it will come onto this side. So you go like that. That'll be fine. And then we just bring this over here. And now we just split you up. And there we go. We've got tool belts finished, so that actually works out because we'll have even more inventory space. And let's go ahead and actually work on bows, the next level of that. And you can see that our space has been expanded. And we can actually upgrade these soon to the next level. Which, definitely not going to complain about. Which, undoes some of the work because then we're going to need half as much, but I'd rather at least get it set up and do things smartly if I can help it. There we go. And you come over here. You come over to here. And now we just hook everything up. We're going to need to switch around the direction for everything, which this is probably quicker than actually just rotating everything that's placed. But yeah, so I'm glad that I at least did a little bit of looking into things and am attempting to fix my mistakes earlier rather than later. So there we go. That'll work just fine, and then we can bring all of this upwards. Every day, learning something new, trying to get better and better at Factorio. Yeah, 2,500, 2,600 copper plates. Not particularly needed, but I'm sure we'll find use for it eventually, or be able to just put it back onto the main belt whenever I want to. But there you go. So now we've got those two hooked up, and we'll bring you over like that. There we go. And hopefully we will see that to start working well. And I think we just need to, we'll just go ahead and clear that up so that way we don't have any weird stacking. Everything's consistently on the same side. And I'll need to figure out what I want to do to actually drop off the copper ore and whatnot, instead of just constantly having it on me. But yeah, so that's that fixed. And then we'll be able to do the same thing with the iron production and go from there. Because obviously I know that we use the iron more, so I probably should have done it with the iron first, but I'm not too worried. I was like, I'm over here just kind of, just enjoying a casual playthrough of Factorio. Nothing too fancy, but at least still trying to make things better when I can. So let's come through here, and we'll go ahead and get rid of that. We'll go ahead and actually just reverse the direction of these belts. so we can set up our rows of iron production for 1, 2, 3. And luckily, since we're automating the production of electric mining drills, it's not that bad, instead of having to constantly craft them by hand. There we go. I'll just take half for right now. Come down here, and we will keep placing them. So right now, what we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, let's actually clear these, because we can switch things around and move them even closer, which definitely will not be a bad idea. Okay, and then the only one that actually won't have a partner is that one, so we'll just need one more on that side. And we'll go ahead and do similar setup. Need to make some more electric poles and some more underground. Actually go ahead and grab some iron plates just to, be able to make plenty more if I need them. And we also need some more stone. And that'll be enough, so 510, 1, 2, 3, 4, 510, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll be able to expand this by quite a bit. Alright, so first things first, go ahead and start expanding this. So I'll go like that. Oh wait, hold on, I'm doing this the wrong direction. Oops. All the other ones I was just going up, so I was like, oh yeah, just go up. Makes sense, but I am wrong. There we go. Cool. And then we can get rid of all of you, and we can start placing these in the center. Make sure to connect those up, because every two can be covered by one of the poles. And yeah, so you, and there we go. And now all we need to do is just set up another row. And that should hopefully start seeing saturation again. Yeah, and it's catching up. It's taking a little bit to get there. And we'll do the same thing over here with setting everything up just like how the copper is being set up. So I don't think we need quite as many, honestly, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, because 10 might be overkill for right now. But, can't ever hurt too much with having more than enough as opposed to not enough at all. Obviously, the only issue we might run into is we need to expand probably the power lines, but we will face that problem when we see it. And just make sure to grab some more of these. There we go. And we'll place those on every inside as well. And all we gotta do is connect everything up, and looking good. So, got this going well. We don't need to balance, I don't think. So we'll go ahead and push this through to here. Don't need to pull off more than once. So I come over here, iron goes over there. And so 21, 14, 7, and the last ones. There we go. And next is stop that. And now once we start getting iron made, we don't have to, or we can actually, or not iron, once we get steel starting to be made, we can start making those furnaces and then actually bring everything right on over. So take you, go ahead and make sure that everything is cleared out on this end. And now, instead of having that go over this way, all we need to do is bring you around like this. Oh, no, one more. Or one less, I should say. There we go. And we'll bring it around like this. And there we go. And then all we have to do is bring this up. And we can underground belt this to join up with our input. And luckily we have pretty much a pretty good backlog of iron plates, so don't have to worry too much about getting this done quickly, but you know, still not going to try and waste time if I can help it. So everything needs to go from left to right on this side. And we'll replace these ones. And I think I need to pick up some more inserters. That way I'm not just crafting a whole bunch by hand. Yeah, I should need probably about 6 more. And soon we'll have a bunch of iron production and everything all set up. And yep, so I'll take you. Let the factory do its thing. And soon we will be able to wrap up this video. Because we've gotten a good amount of work done, fixing some of the problems that I've noticed just from playing outside of this, and also realizing what I can do to make things better. So I always try my best that if I can help it, I want things to run as well as I can make them run. Nothing's worse than kind of just, you know, leaving things that I know can be fixed. But there we go. So now, don't know where that came from, but oh, that's right. We need to hook all of you up. And I think I probably need some more wood. Let's go ahead and get landfill going. And yeah, as I've probably mentioned before, this is a lot of what ends up happening is, you know, I'll go and I'll start and be like, oh, look, I can make these things better. And I like to reinforce my you know, my basic stuff first before I start getting into, you know, the later game things. And then next thing I know, I was like, I've already caught up on all the research I need, and, you know, I'm behind on that and all that fun stuff. So try my best to keep things well balanced and keep things moving along so I can actually launch a rocket. But yep, there you go. So that's already caught up. Not bad. And we'll go ahead and start switching everything around over here. And that'll be it for this episode. But let's see here. So you come down like this, and then around over here. And we'll do a little bit of spaghetti. Bring you out like that. You can come over here, underground, and then that's where we will hook you up right there. And I think for right now, I'm honestly still fine on keeping the coal split because, you know, we're not using a lot of it at any given time. Oh. Weird. I must have disconnected things. Yeah, you know what? You can still keep using that. And we'll bring you down over here. And you need to come over here like this. And there we go. And now all we need to do is make one more splitter. Down like that. And that way you can come over this way. And now all we need to do is split you up. So you can go like that, and there we go. And now we need to switch the direction of everything. That way we're not just putting iron belts onto, or iron plates onto the wrong belt. There you go. And honestly, that's one of my favorite things about playing any game like this, is just figuring out what you've done wrong and being able to, you know, right it eventually. Because the only obstacle in your way just tends to be time. So as long as you just take the time, relax, brush up on a little bit of knowledge, you know, you can get stuff done. And so we'll go ahead and go underneath here. You come over here, you can come like this. And there we go. That iron plate that was there disappeared, but you know what? I'm not going to ask any questions. Oh, I bet you it probably got put in a furnace. That's okay. We'll figure that one out. You know, so I want to take you out, take you out, take you out, get rid of you, and you. And now everything should be doing iron plates. And we don't need to rebalance because we're doing everything in a nice symmetrical way. And obviously they'll get rebalanced when they go back out there. Okay. And yes, we need to... Oh, nope, nope, nope. Didn't realize that I had iron plates in my hand, but... I always love doing this and then just making things worse somehow, but there we go. Now, everything, I think, is producing iron plates. And we have more than enough of that going. And hopefully more than enough of coal going. But that will be an issue for another episode. So we're going to go ahead and save the game, call it there. And yeah, so thank you very much for watching. I know this is a longer episode, but not too much longer, but a longer episode nonetheless. So if you watch all this way, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Leave a like if you did, comment if you have any tips, suggestions, anything like that. Engage with me on Twitter, which is in the description as well. And yeah, so thank you very much. I will see you next time.